Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is April 23rd, 2023, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the Russell 2000 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, and a weekly chart, and a daily chart. What did I say? Quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. No trade recommendation here. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is actually suitable for you. Let's jump right over to the chart. We got some interesting things going on here on the Russell. I'm looking at the RUT. I'm going to switch over to the future contract also to let you see what I'm seeing. You know, the big thing on the Russell likes going sideways, sideways and drop, sideways and drop. That's what we're going to be taking a look at here. So let's go ahead and zoom in here on the quarterly chart first of all. On the quarterly chart, we can see we haven't made a higher high. We haven't made a lower low. The market is kind of going sideways so far this quarter. Our stochastic is actually at a bottom for the stochastic on the quarterly chart. We can see that a lot of times it just only likes coming halfway down, then back up, halfway down, then back up, even on the whole pandemic thing, you know, with the whole COVID. You know, here's at that point, and it just hasn't been able to make that turn back up yet. We're still hanging out below the 10, you know, so that's kind of cautious looking. So let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly. On the monthly, again, that whole sideways patterns, I got a zone here identified where I think this market should try to stay above, you know, but my stochastic here is giving me saying this thing is for the last, this is the monthly chart now. For the last month, I've been getting, you know, down. The last couple of months, I've been getting down. This area has been acting as a support area, but here lately, this last like couple of weeks, we haven't been able to break and stay above 1800 on the Russell. Also now on the Russell is still, this is my monthly chart. Let me zoom in a little bit here where you can see a little bit better what I'm looking at. We are still below the 10 moving average on the Russell. When you're below, technically, when you're below the 10 moving average, a lot of people like to say that we are in a bearish market. On the Russell, we are in a bearish market. It's actually right now looking like it's getting actually, the 10 is on here, the 50 and the 200 is on here too. This is my monthly chart. This is my 10 moving average. My 10 moving average be trading that tight to that particular thing right there. Let's see 10. Just want to make sure that you see that it is the 10. This right here is the 50 and the 200, and this is the 50 most likely. And this, the problem was we were staying above the 50. Now we're below the 50 and we're below the 10. This is what's getting kind of scary here. Now when we go down to the weekly chart, this is what's also not looking good for the Russell. On this chart, I have my 50 and my 200 is what I like having on here. If we're in a bearish market right now, what we are seeing is, let's make sure, let you see what I'm seeing. This is the 50 and this is the 200 on this chart. We're seeing the 50 cross over the 200 on the weekly. Are we going to get some craziness happening here? The last time before, this market was so extended, when it started dropping, nobody really believed what was going on. I remember this at this point when we crossed below this right here. It was in March. It wasn't until March. It wasn't until this time right here that I took it serious that, okay, this market is going down. But it was already almost 50% down from off its high 24 down to 21. That's 300 points. But it did go 300 points. You know, only another 300 points. So it was 50% down already. A lot of positions was 50% down, you know, quite a bit down. But right now what I'm seeing is this crossover right now. And this is why you need to have your stuff. Make sure you got your stops in place. Make sure you're mining make sure you're paying attention to your accounts. This thing, if it's doing this particular cross, it can cross and end up doing something like what we see back here. It doesn't happen that often. You get the light blue crossing over the purple, and then it drops. Usually it doesn't happen. Right here, it was the pandemic caught everybody off guard because even this right here didn't happen. All you got was going below the 50. And right now we're below the 50 and we're getting across the 200. This looks like this thing could go lower. This is where maybe most of the people who are talking about a bearish market, this is what they're looking at. They're looking at something like that right now. Because again, it's also happening on a daily chart. On a daily chart, usually you cross above the 200. Right here, you crossed up here. You can see it here on the pandemic. Usually on the smaller time frame, things happen a lot faster. You can react a lot faster. That's why you look at multiple time frames and all. You see it happening here. You get out. You got out. Still, this was that was in March that you could have got out of those trades and avoided a lot of that. This time when it happened, you could have went across that and it crossed there. That gave you your warning. Ended up crossing here again in January. That was your time to get out of your trades and all, and just take it a little serious. Have your stops in place. Number one, if it comes to dropping more, you're good. Buy your puts if you need to, and you're good. Buy your insurance and all, and that's what I'm beginning to see here right now. Since the Russell didn't turn around like it should have, and all, and people are talking bearish market. They may know something that I don't know, and all. But the Russell, this is what we're seeing on the Russell, and I have to just say that on the Russell. So that's all I really want to share. Let me zoom in here where you can actually see what I'm seeing. This is beginning to cross, and all. It can fluctuate around. It can take a few days before it actually happens, but you're already below the 50 and all, trading below the 50. You're trading below the 200. It's been having a hard time this last week getting above 1800. So it's time to be a little cautious. Just have those stops in place. Protect your money. That's what this game is all about. It's about making money and protecting the money that you do have. Again, that's all I really want to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.